All right. This article from WorldNet Daily shows who all's involved in all this stuff. We already know that Syria is involved from the stuff I showed you previously. You know about them wanting to regain control of the Golan Heights. Now, this article says Israel and the Palestinian Authority are negotiating indirectly via the U.S., Jordan, and Egypt to outline a future Palestinian state that would encompass Jerusalem, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. Next paragraph, popular perception has it that talks between Israel and the Palestinian Authority are stalled over a Palestinian demand that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu extends a 10-month West Bank settlement freeze to include Jewish communities in eastern Jerusalem. A little while back, I don't remember exactly when it was, but Netanyahu announced that he would freeze settlement construction for 10 months. I think he only was talking about certain areas, and he excluded Jerusalem from that moratorium, he called it. Next part of the article here, Netanyahu's office released a statement declaring the Prime Minister would never, that's a pretty easy word to define, never cede control of united Jerusalem nor retreat to the 1967 borders. According to Middle Eastern security and diplomatic officials, however, Netanyahu's statement may be misleading unless he meant he would never retreat to the exact 1967 lines. Those officials from Egypt, Jordan, and the Palestinian Authority, those mentioned in Psalm 83, and Israel, told WorldNet Daily in separate interviews over the course of the last few weeks that Israel is in advanced stages of outlining a future Palestinian state that would encompass most of the West Bank. Also, Jerusalem is being discussed between Israel and the members of the Obama administration. Right, so Frank also says here in his newsletter, so what do we have? We have the exact same nations mentioned in Psalm 83 that are knee-deep in the peace talks, and the main issue is dividing up Israel and Jerusalem. Do you know why the Arab nations are going to attack Israel? More than likely it will be because Israel will not budge on Jerusalem. Remember, Netanyahu said he would never give up control of Jerusalem. Of course, God also warns us about Jerusalem in the last days. Zechariah 12:3 informs us that everyone will come against Jerusalem in the last days. This is why Jerusalem is the main focus of the peace talks today, and I believe this is why the Arabs are going to attack Israel soon. Just a summary. You got Jordan and Egypt and the Palestinian Authority involved in this last article here, and then you've got Syria involved in the other article, and all of them are getting frustrated with Israel because Netanyahu won't budge on Jerusalem. He said that he'll never give up control of Jerusalem. He'll never divide Jerusalem. He said this in many other places. He's been very resistant to stopping settlements there. And I don't know if it's just how he's addressing the public, how he's saying this, because, the bottom of this article says that, where's it at? Israel is in advanced stages of outlining a future Palestinian state that would encompass most of the West Bank. If they're going by the roadmap for peace, there's paperwork that Israel has already agreed to years back that said that, they would go back to 1967 borders. They would give up East Jerusalem. And all these things are on paper with an Israeli Prime Minister's signature on it. I don't remember who it is right this minute, but this is what they're following. They're trying to follow this old roadmap to peace, and Israel's been very resistant. Netanyahu said several times that he'll go to any country and sit down for talks with any Arab leader without preconditions. Problem is, every last one of them has preconditions. Palestinians won't sit down unless you stop settlements. Syria won't sit down until the Golan Heights is already given up or, already given away in negotiations. So, it's a big mess, and to keep seeing the same thing in the news all the time, you kind of think, this has been going on for a while, and you're like, man, these guys just keep going through the same old stuff, and it's frustrating to see, because sometimes you think it's going to happen, and other times you think it's not, and it's not a good situation to look forward to, but it is the fulfillment of prophecy, and it will show us where we are on the timeline when they get this thing moving. So just keep your eyes on it, and just keep your eyes peeled for these articles talking about how close these guys are to getting fed up with Israel, because it's going to happen. Isaiah 17 is going to have to get fulfilled. Psalm 83 is going to have to get fulfilled, and the Gog-Magog battle is going to have to get fulfilled. I think all three of those are going to happen before the tribulation, or close to the beginning. I don't claim to know the exact order or the exact timing, but I guess you would tend to think that it would be Psalm 83, then Isaiah 17, and then Gog-Magog. But study that out for yourself, and it'll all make sense after it happens, right? So, for anybody that doesn't believe in Bible prophecy, this should be a big eye-opener, because all this stuff is written in the Bible. All this stuff is predicted. And all those prophecies were written over 2,000 years ago. So, Bible's true whether you like it or not. And the issue of salvation is also true whether you like it or not. Jesus is the only way, and without Him, God's giving you clear instructions. Repent and believe, or eternity in hell. Make the decision while you're still breathing.